So some people like to say, oh, I wish Sammy Sosa would come over to my house. Then there's Stu at Club 400, who's going to have Sammy Sosa over to his house. Stu, how did this all come together? You've had a lot of Cubs players, right? How did Sammy end up at your house, or how is he going to end up at your house?
Well, it's actually a crazy long story, but let me tell you something. When I started Club 400 and we started bringing players out, the number one question I would get is, who do you really want at Club 400 for you? And the answer was always Sammy Sosa for me. Now, I grew up on the '84 Cubs, and I love Ryan Sandberg, and I love Andre Dawson. I love all those guys, but I got to meet Sammy when I was a kid, and he was very good to me. And like for 10 years, I was just watching Cubs and Sammy Sosa, and like I just fell in love with him and the way he was with the fans. And so yeah, to have him to come out for my 10th anniversary party is surreal. I never thought it could happen. But honestly, I was a big part of the Randy Hunley fantasy camp, and my good friend Phil Smith basically took hitting lessons from Sammy Sosa's old hitting instructor, Julian Martinez, and that was how the connection was made. And Phil brought Julian over to my house, and he connected me with Sammy. And I think it was 2021, we had Patrick Wisdom over, and Sammy Sosa called in, and I think we had like 50,000 hits on the phone call. But he did say he was going to come out to Club 400. And as you know, it took a couple years, but we're sure happy to have him out on September 28th. And the fact that he called me up and told me he wanted to be part of the anniversary and he came out for free is simply amazing to me. So we have an opportunity to do a lot, help Cub fans out, and raise a lot of money.
Stu, I think before we even get too far into it, like for the people that just don't know what Club 400 is, could you give us like a quick, you said 10 years now, like just a quick synopsis of what Club 400 is and kind of what it's become?
Yeah, Club 400 was an accident. It was supposed to be, I was building the best place to watch Cub games when you couldn't go to Wrigley Field. And that was the concept about it, because like whenever I walked into Wrigley Field for 2 to 3 hours, I forgot about life outside, whatever problems I may have. So that was the concept behind the basement. I was building it for friends and family, and then it kind of just accidentally evolved into a charity. My good friend Nick Sheridan, who suffered from bacterial meningitis, came over one day, and at that point, Tom Ricketts had told me he wanted to come see the basement. So my buddy needed new prosthetics, and we had Tom come out in 2014, and without really knowing what we were doing, we raised $34,000. We had a really good time, and we helped change my friend's life for the better. And that was where where it all started. Was, hey, that was a lot of fun. Let's do it again next year. And now 10 years later, with over 50, I think we're up to like 58 Chicago Cubs, not to mention Chicago celebrities out here, with $851,000 raised. A lot of smiles and a whole lot of memories too. So it's been amazing out here at Club 400. And I don't know anybody in America who's quite doing what I'm doing, because I think not only is it people coming over to my house, but they're getting a unique experience with a player that they don't get anywhere else.
That's awesome.
So what I believe it was back in February or March. I know it was before the season started. He came to Chicago for the first time in a really long time I think it was for a like memorabilia signing, autograph signing type event. And he ended up doing a interview with Jared Payton, I believe, was it at your location in Chicago?
Yeah, I actually came out to Lake in the Hills location.
Wow.
He went to Shriners Hospital, and he came here. And to be honest with you, I think he kind of used it as a leverage because he definitely wants to come back to Chicago. He's told me that he wants to be part of Chicago Cubs baseball, and he definitely wants to give back to the fans. Sammy's changed a whole lot. I can tell you that. Me and him have had a lot of great talks to one another, and you really, he misses the game of baseball. He misses Chicago, but more than importantly, he really misses the fans and that special, he had a special relationship with the fans. I could tell you he had one with me, and that's why he was my favorite player. The guy went out of his way for me 3 or 4 times when I was young and to help me out. So, like, Sammy means the world to me, and for him to come out and, basically tell the Chicago Cubs, hey, I want to come back. I want to come back, and I want to give back. Sammy is really great with the fans, and, I think with the Cubs bringing him back, he would be great for the organization. And he would just be another ambassador to help promote Cubs baseball.
Hey, we got a shirt in our CHGO locker. Bring Sammy home. We might send one out there to Lake in the Hills for you, so we can get Sammy wearing that bad boy. But
yes, man. You guys are welcome to come out, man.
Yeah.
So I've been to Stu's a couple times. We did beer money there. First of all, his basement or his man cave or fan cave, whatever you want to call it, is unmatched. Nobody in the world has a fan cave like Stu has. And then he opens up his backyard with tents and music and literally people lining up through his house. I'm trying to think, was Javi Baez was waiting in one of your spare bedrooms, right? Like that's how it literally is in your house. So your neighbors have been a part of this. What's been the coolest thing about of all the events you've had? Obviously, this is the 10-year, and this will probably be the best one, but what's been just the coolest part of it?
I tell you what, this year's been pretty special, to be honest with you, to be able to pull the 84 party off and have 10 guys out from the 84 team. I tell you what, the giving checks away has been phenomenal. There's nothing more than helping and giving away money. But I think the community of Club 400, and that's what I talk about, is friends, bonding new people with new people. And like we have 80, 90 strong that have become friends through Club 400, and I see them at ball games all the time and together, and just knowing that we've created so many relationships and bonds with so many people. And the one thing about it is, guys, we live in such a divisive world. I always believe that Club 400 is basically about baseball and music, and I always believe that baseball and music bring people together. You go to a baseball game and as you sit around Cub fans, that's the only thing that matters. You go to a concert, you love that artist, you're having a great time. And that's what I love about baseball and music, and that's why I built this club, to bring people together. And I think the proudest thing that I've been able to do is bring Cub fans together, and I'm really proud of that, on top of all the money that we've helped and given away to people.
I just think it's Sammy Sosa coming to your house now twice in 1 year is what you're telling us. Twice in 1 year. We haven't seen him in such a long time. You said he's different than when you had met him as a kid. How is Sammy different in your opinion? And do you think the Cubs will ever welcome him back?
Well, I sure hope they do. I mean, honestly, what I can't figure out is, it was the Tribune company that owned the Chicago Cubs, and now it's the Ricketts family. So the only holdover is Crane Kennedy. So I don't understand what the problem is. It was a whole different organization. But Sammy had 3 kids when he was younger, and then he had 3 kids when he was older with the same wife, Sonia. She was supposed to come out, but I think he's bringing his other son, Michael. But he's more of a family man. He's a man of Christ. He found God, and he's a changed man. I think his priorities have changed. When he got out of baseball, he got into a lot of businesses, and now he just told me more than anything, he just misses Chicago. He misses the fans, and he misses Wrigley Field, and he wants to be welcomed back at Wrigley Field more than anything, guys. And he did a whole lot for Chicago. He did a whole lot for WGN. I mean, Sammy was Cubs baseball for 7, 8, 9 years, and I think the Ricketts family need to realize that whatever issues they have with Sammy, there's a whole lot of fans like myself who built Club 400 and love Cubs baseball because of Sammy Sosa. And I realize there's some people out there that don't like Sammy for whatever reasons. There's a few of them out there. But like I said, there's a lot of things going on in this world that are crazy. And I just think that by bringing him back, you're going to bring back a lot of joy to Wrigleyville. And I know that he'll be a great ambassador for Chicago Cubs moving forward.
Now, there are tickets, right? You can still get tickets. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have tickets for $150 where you can actually get a picture with them and everything like that. Enjoy the entire party. We're gonna have free autograph giveaways too at the party, and then we have another ticket that's $350, which includes an autograph, the picture, and then we have another VIP party, which is a little bit more of a pricier ticket. We are selling tables. We just dropped the table price down to $5,000 today. That includes 10 tickets, VIP tickets. And that also includes an extra hour from 4:30 to 5:30 with some surprises that are going on between then. And Sammy will be a part of the VIP party, so you'll get 75 people are going to get to hang out with Sammy Sosa for an hour. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that is cool because I was obviously he's a big part of Cubs history, and he didn't make it to the Cubs Hall of Fame. We're trying to get Luke into the Cubs Hall of Fame. We're trying to figure out the avenues for that. But,
I'm on the list. Yeah, real high up there.
But I was maybe a little young for Sammy, especially 03 that season. I was barely 7 years old at the end of it. Cody is someone that was the generation of that was Sammy was the hero. So I'm sure anyone that wants to be in that VIP, I'm sure a lot of them would probably be about Cody's generation of Sammy Sosa was their guy.
I'm asking to be let in. I'm asking to be let in.
And keep in mind, guys, the most important thing is, that all the money is going to charity. So when you're paying your 150 or whatever you're paying your 350, this is an open book event. Because Sammy Sosa agreed to come for free, I think that's pretty amazing. So we kept an open book. I told all my sponsors, I told anybody who donated, this is an open book because our goal is to give away as much money as possible. So I do want you to realize that when you're buying a ticket, not only are you going to get a great night, but your money is going to go to the right place and help out Cub fans.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Hey, one last question, Stu. Is there anything Sammy won't sign? Like if Cody shows up and says, sign my back, will Sammy do it? Or is it just baseballs and pieces of paper?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the great thing about our event. And I know like our people that come to our events are not necessarily autograph people. But if you look at the pricing at the show, like you can bring anything you want to get autographed. It's game used item, a baseball, a hat, whatever you really want. And that's the cool thing. Like if you look at, if you went to the show back in Rosemont, there was different pricing for different things, and you could pay up to $400 per item. There's no restriction on what you can bring. Sammy Sosa also gave me an extra hour of his time, which let me tell you, I've been doing Club 400 events for 10 years, and the most they've ever given me is 3 hours. Sammy has given me 4 hours because he told me he really wants to spend time with the fans in the line, and he doesn't want it to just be a quick run through. And so I was really admiring him for that. The fact that he wants to be here, and you know what makes the best Club 400 party? When the guest wants to be here. And I know Sammy wants to be here more than anything. And so if you're a Sammy Sosa fan, even if you're a fan of the Chicago Cubs and you want to help out the Cubs community, this is a party you can't miss. And you can go to club400cubs.com right now. And we do have some sponsorships left too if you're interested. But yeah, it's going to be a great night for a great cause with the great Sammy Sosa. And I'm looking forward to it more than anything.
All I can say is that, like Ryan said, you are helping fulfill something millennials have been waiting for a very long time. So I cannot wait to go out there and mingle with all the rest of the Cubs fans and be in the same room.
If you guys can make it out here after the game, you guys are more than welcome. Cody, I told you that. I appreciate you guys having me on. I appreciate your support more than anything. It means the world to me, guys. It really does, because it's a lot of hard work. And, people like you guys helping me get the word out means a lot to me. So I thank you guys for your support.
Absolutely,
all right, Stu.
For everything you do, Stu.
Have a great time. Enjoy it. Say hi to Sammy if we don't make it, but we're going to try. And, of course, we're going to sign off with the Sammy
Uber.
Kiss.
Get an Uber, Luke. Get an Uber.
Sammy Kiss.
It'll be cold, buddy.
Limo.
Yeah.
We all silly like the mayor.